get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Push him back. Push him back.
On first down, Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. It keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check 50. Lock in.
Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Get up, 180. Let's pick it up.
They'll run on first down. Peyton. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 yards there, first down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
Watch the screen.
Here's Davis. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay, because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
What we got? Undercross. Check 4. Slam. Check the backer. Check 43.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, watch it. Hatch it.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go. 15 on it. That's what I do. Sit your ball.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Shift. Check. Hot route. Hot. Sponge. No. He's coming. We got double up. Check three.
So that'll back him up 5. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game. 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Right. He's telling right here. He's telling the right. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Check 26. 3. 58's the money. Watch a slack. Go. Slam. Check. Lucky. Check. He's checked.
Now Peterson running right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Kill.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
You know, when you go through scouting reports, you go through everything. Height, weight, speed, the whole deal. They knew that they had a 4-inch height advantage there and tried to make a play on a 50-50 ball, didn't they?
Yeah, took the shot downfield. Hey, give them credit defensively. Maybe 4 inches shorter, but able to jostle it free.
Feisty. Feisty.
They'll set up to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
What ready? Pittsburgh. Let's go one more. 49. Check 49. Check. Check. Check.
On first down, Peterson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Next to score, Vikings 7, Bears 3. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too quick.
And I think the ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Hey, turn it out. Check 31, check 31. Set up.
They run. Peterson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
He's not going to get me. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Bang.
2nd and 3. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Right here. Check nickel. Watch the safety creep. Out. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
They'll run with Peterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the Bears' 10-yard line.
Second and 10. It's complete to Diggs. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Peterson alone in the backfield.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. 58 to mine. Eddie Weber, 58 to mine. Hey, watch your lane.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Roquan Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
A 28-yard attempt.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the 1st half. It's a 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, 18. Watch the ship. Hey.
They'll run on first down. Peyton, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Alert!
Play action. Now Trubisky. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
58's the money. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. Rotate. Spell. Shift. Kill. Kill. Turn up. There you go.
This time they stay on the ground. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Lambo on for the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he rifles one incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And now it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37.
First down, Chicago.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On first down, it's Cohen. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Third down and 7 yards to go.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Following the penalty, it's Peterson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Set, ready. 6 yards. 58, right there. Hey, watch the slant. Kill. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Alert 3. Alert 3. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Second and goal from the 1. Second and 1. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal.
Checked up. Jim. Check 24. Check 24. Under 10. 10. No. Off. Big Ed.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Able to push his way through. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Exit, exit. 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. They can't hang with us. Hayward.
2nd and 13. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Check. Tighten up.
Now a run with Peterson. And he stopped immediately there. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check three. Shift. Hey, switch gears. Watch out. Go. Check 99. Check three.
They run again with Peterson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Hester. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
I'm here all day.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Trubisky to throw. Going up top for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Peterson. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort Got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
58, check, 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 check. Bang, 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 bang. Check, kick. Kill. Joker, go.
Again, Peterson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Check four.
They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now Peterson. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Hey, watch it. Hatch it.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do...
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Back. Shift. Check. Check hot route. Hot, hot.
On first down, Peterson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70 ending. Come on. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Match box. Right. Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Sponge. 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 No.
Carry number 20 now for Peterson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Come on, set. And read. Check.
Looking to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side, complete to Moss. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. In for the score. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like,